So men will continue going back to the church. The tide is turning for men. And thank God for that, because if you have this 20-year hiatus of men away from the church and now they're returning and they are the ones that are structuring their lives and structuring their families and structuring their business and their friendships and they're prioritizing sacrifice and fasting and prayer and Bible, gosh, it's freeing. I'm telling you, it is freeing. There's not any lightness in my life more than putting up a tiny boundary, this small little circle in which I operate. I don't operate with music that's secular. I don't watch movies, no streaming devices, no Instagram accounts that's not intellectually stimulating. Anyone that's famous, I could care less about, especially if you go down the rabbit holes, let's be honest. Everyone's put up there, propped in front of us for a reason, on purpose, not because they earned it, but powers that be, they want to, So men, come back to the apostolic faiths. Go to church early, take the Eucharist, go to confession a lot, often, read the Bible, sacrifice your fleshly, earthly, pleasurable desires for something greater. Offer your sacrifices and your sufferings up to the Lord. Stop this need to, because I was told mentality. That's relativism. Relativism says I can make up my own rules and laws in life. No, you can't. That's why we're unhappy. That's why we're drugged out and overweight and just can't focus. When you put this narrow blinders on, I am telling you, those men in your life that you meet at church that are also taking the word and the church teaching, the 2,000 years of tradition and liturgy and literature, the beauty and the truth, and they go into the natural law, I am telling you, there's a freeing mind of that. So, if you like this kind of content, obviously subscribe for more. I am going to be pumping out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's the goal right now on Instagram, YouTube. I'm also just going to be a little bit more strict in the way I'm delivering these videos. It's not going to be this hody-doty, do whatever you want kind of thing, because I was in that. I was in the moral relativism. You do you, I do me. You got your own truth, I got my own truth. No. There's a natural truth. There's a natural law. There's an objective morality. There's an objective law that when you live within this law, I'll give you one example before I go. When you have your hand, it could be good or bad. I could punch somebody in the face on the street in self-defense or unprovoked. In other words, you have a foot, you have a mouth, you have you have eyes, you have ears. How are you filling your eyes? How are you filling your ears? What are you saying? Natural law says, stop saying unclean things. Stop listening to worldly things. Stop seeing things that are making you lust. That's natural law. God created every iota and atom and gene and molecule for a reason. If we use it for that reason, we'll be happier, more content. Subscribe for more. I'll talk to you guys next time.